Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hey everyone!
Hello!
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast! Show we get hyped about stuff
And things.
and things.
And things.
I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
And who are you, sir?
I am the guest, Cristian Ramirez.
Hello.
That is his full name, the guest Cristian Ramirez.
Yes. I was named after the movie
The film, The Guest. Yes.
Yeah.
I was named when I was past 30 years old.
Right. Just didn't have a name till that film came out.
And you're all like, there it is.
Your
Yep.
parents were so affected by The Guest.
Yeah.
They're like, Cristian, we're changing your birth certificate.
Yep, pretty much.
So yeah. Let's get right into the trailers.
Yeah,
I
let's jump the
guess.
fuck in here.
Get right
Yeah.
the fuck in here.
The first trailer is Isn't It Romantic?
Mm.
It is one of those premises that I was like, oh, why haven't we done this yet?
Yeah.
It's about a woman who has some sort of head injury, and suddenly her life is a romantic comedy.
Right. It reminds me of the John Candy film Delirious,
Right.
where he gets in a car accident and wakes up within his own soap opera that he writes.
Yeah, it is very similar.
Yeah.
Somewhat different because he can affect it by writing, where she's just apparently just stuck in it.
Yeah.
Right.
It reminded me of Enchanted a lot.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Also, what
Yeah.
women want. It's the someone has a problem in life, something magical happens
Yeah.
to them, and they're thrust into this new magical thing.
emphasis
It-
on thrust.
Thrust. I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I'm delighted by this. I am
Right.
delighted
Yeah.
by this. But I hope it's a really good satire on romantic comedies. I hope it's not a bunch of low blows,
Right.
like a bunch of obvious jokes. I want it to actually say something about romantic comedies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Want it to
But
be
whatever.
More like a Deadpool and less like a scary movie.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. This movie is probably not made for me, but I'm delighted.
Probably not,
I'm
yeah.
delighted by it.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
thought
Hemsworth in there? Did I
Yes.
say Hemsworth?
There's
That is-
a
that is-
Liam.
that is a Liam Hemsworth. It's not the good Hemsworth.
Hemsworth Prime.
It's not
no.
it's not Hemsworth Prime. It's not the correct Hemsworth. It is a Hemsworth.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I like the idea of this film.
Yeah.
I like the cast, like Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine.
Yeah.
And Priyanka Chopra, is that her name?
Yeah,
From,
she's in it.
Yeah. The trailer looked god awful.
That's fair.
Like most of the jokes were pretty groan worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is I hope it's like
But I mean, trailers frequently
it just
are
seems
for
like a bunch of
comedies.
obvious jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going with the most broad stuff for the trailer to try to get cast the widest net, and then maybe the more clever
Well, they-
stuff. Will
Did you
be
say
in the
widest or whitest? Because I feel like
Yes.
both is true.
Both is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I get like about midway through when she's trying to swear and the truck is beeping at her. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a good joke. and then at the end of the trailer where she keeps not having sex with Liam Hemsworth
Yeah.
because it like just cuts to the next
Yeah.
morning.
That one got me.
Like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like if it's more jokes like that, then I'm into it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, and she's fun. Rebel Wilson's very fun and charming, and
Yeah. She is.
Yeah.
should be a fun movie at least. I mean,
Yeah.
even if it's not very good, I think it'll do well at least.
Again,
Coming out
it's a
on
good
Valentine's
premise.
Day, it's going to be something that I think a lot of, specifically women in their 20s, kind of early 30s, probably all go to together, kind of a thing.
I think my mom's probably gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
probably.
Exactly.
But it looks delightful. Like I think I might enjoy it as well. I
hope
like
so.
stupid. I like magical romantic comedies.
Sure.
Like
Yeah,
Kate
I'm
and Leopold.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Lake House, like that's what the fuck. Like what?
I still have not seen The Lake House.
It's fucking a time travel romantic film. Like why would we ever do that? But we do it. It's great.
You guys couldn't see it, but my smile widened as I said Kate and Leopold,
Yeah.
as I remembered that it's Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Liev Schreiber's also in it.
Oh yeah.
Sabretooth later on.
Yeah.
I was like, Kate and Wolverine. And Sabretooth.
Oh man. Everybody see Kate and Leopold.
Kate and Leopold, yeah.
This next one, I'm excited about for what it's doing, what it's doing to cinema. This new one is next one is the Quake. It's a Norwegian disaster film made, and it's a sequel to The Wave, which is a Norwegian disaster film.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this. Who are these fucking crazy fucking Norwegians?
It looks good. Like,
Yeah.
It looks fun.
It looks fine. It looks exactly like San Andreas,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
but made by Norwegian people.
yeah, this is what because I haven't seen The Wave yet, and so I need to now to know if the Quake is going to be good. But the Wave was like, imagine if a tidal wave affected this small town.
Yep.
And it was like, okay, I can do that. It's like Dante's Peak, where
Yeah.
it's like, this is a disaster film about an extremely specific
Like
area.
one town in northern Washington or whatever, wherever it was.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's kind of a neat way of doing it because it's I don't know, by scaling it down like that, they've been able to concentrate on it, and they can make the characters, they make it about the characters and
Right,
a little more
and
relatable.
the devastation is more believable because it's realistic.
Yeah.
like
Right.
we still have small towns that get like.
yeah.
There
was
the most recent hurricane. I have family live in a small town called Weeweehitchka, Florida, and it gets crushed by that
Right.
hurricane.
Yeah.
And
Just
it
a
takes
movie
a
about a
long
hurricane
time
like
to get
that.
shit back up. I mean, fucking, they still don't have power everywhere in Puerto Rico.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone should make a
I'm not saying
hurricane
Puerto Rico's
movie.
a small town. That's a little. That's an example of a different thing.
Right. But someone could make a hurricane movie without having to throw a heist in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Necessarily. Not that I'm not welcome to a
To
heist.
another hard rain.
Yeah. Or a hard rain, hurricane heist.
Yeah. Show me what the town what happened in the town in a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like I'm gonna keep hitting this Puerto Rico thing, but like
Keep hitting it.
because
Yeah,
I mean I tipped my hand there as an example of a movie we have it not take place in America,
Yeah.
Right.
have it take place in places with tenuous infrastructure.
You know what?
I mean, natural disasters still fuck up
You know what-
most of the world.
You know what always seemed very obvious to me, and it's weird, is that, okay, especially when the Roland Emmerich stuff was at its peak,
Sure.
and Pearl Harbor was a type of movie people would watch,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, okay, we're reaching into like historical disasters that are like cinematic and like maybe would affect a small area. Why hasn't anybody done a Chernobyl movie?
Yeah.
Why haven't we tapped Chernobyl? Is it really boring? Is what happened really boring and I don't
Kinda.
realize it?
Is
It just some dipshit made a reactor blow up and then everybody?
I think it was two dipshits.
It was but the things I read, because people died doing
Right.
like saving everybody else, and like
Yeah.
the sarcophagus thing that they had to build, and like it blew up, like shit happened. Like it's just weird. Like
Well,
can you even just lie a little and make that interesting? It seems
There's there's an aspect of Chernobyl. I believe that this is Chernobyl where, because this is during the Soviet Union, so they didn't tell anybody about
Right.
it. So there were people coming to work in like Poland. that
oh
were,
yeah.
like, irradiated
Yeah.
because of it had reached that far. So it was like there was an investigation. Like, why the fuck are these people
Seems like
tipping off our Geiger counters? And
Yeah.
Russia's like, nope, nothing's happening.
seems like you can make a movie about all that
happened.
shit.
Yeah, and like the last movie that they made with a disaster in a foreign country, I feel like was that one with Naomi Watts and
Oh right, where it was like
The tsunami one.
the tsunami one, and it was about the white
was
people
about the
on
white family.
vacation.
Yeah,
it was
was
great.
like-
They're like, how do we make this relatable?
Their
Let's get some
vacation
white
was
people
ruined.
in there. Yeah,
yeah,
but no, well, yeah. So
do a
everybody,
tsunami
we should-
movie in Indonesia.
Yeah. I want to see the wave because it's based off something that I know really happens in Alaska because it's based off of a piece of rock falling into a lake and creating a wave, which happened in Alaska a long time ago. And there's like very few historical accounts of it, and it created a fucking tidal wave that like I think it was like about 100 feet tall, and like
That's too tall.
Yeah, they demolished all these
too much
trees. They
water.
found the evidence because they found like the certain amount of trees had died in the area. So yeah, and the quake is about. It seems to be about an earthquake in somewhere in Norway. These motherfuckers are just ruining Norway. So yeah, I don't know. It definitely does look like San Andreas right now from the trailer.
Yeah,
but just it's neat to see a fucking Norwegian Roland Emmerich film. Like, I like that.
Yeah, sure. Let him do it.
There's a movie that deserves more hype that I didn't put on this one because I'm waiting. But it reminds me of this sort of thing, is that other countries are doing disaster films more.
Yeah.
That's
Other countries are doing blockbuster films more.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
I never got to see the Russian Avengers film. What was it called? Do you
I
remember?
forget, but it had the bear man.
It had a
in it.
bear man, the most Russian fucking superhero.
A fucking bear man. That's
Gotta
not.
see
Tell
that.
me that's not worth a ticket. What's the next thing on the?
Dags.
Oh, dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dogs.
Dogs
I like
is a Netflix documentary about dogs. Fucking whatever. I don't know.
It looks like
It looks like
it's
a real.
gonna be like the weepiest.
Yeah. It's all feels.
Yeah.
Like
It's so many feels. It's like 6 different stories about 6 different families with their like. There's like a person who trains them for to be helper dogs. There's a groomer. There's a guy who lives in Iceland or someplace that he was the dog named Ice.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking
There's
ice fisherman or
a
something.
dog stuck in Syria. I was like, what? Oh, come on.
Yeah, right? Well, it seems like it's the easiest fucking documentary to make. It's just like
Everybody's
people
gonna
love
watch
dogs.
it.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, everybody loves dogs, and everybody has like a story about their dogs. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah. There's that cat documentary, Ketty, which is kind of the same thing, only at least Ketty, they like focused on a city that was unique for having a lot of cats.
The Cat
That's
City.
cool.
This one, they're just like going around the world being like, let's just find the
Everybody
saddest
loves
dog
dogs.
stories. Yeah.
These are the dog stories that will make you cry.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I would rather watch this than like A Dog's Purpose
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
completely.
A Dog's
Well,
Way Home or whatever.
I don't know, actually, because I think those are funnier. Like, The Dog's Purpose and A Dog's Way Home is so fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah.
This feels like I didn't watch Ketty for the same reason because I was like, oh, one of these fucking cats is gonna die and it's gonna be sad. And it's like I don't need more of this in my life. I don't need a movie to make me appreciate dogs. But you know, that's me. Other people will feel differently.
Yeah.
I don't hate this movie. I have nothing against it.
No, it's probably fine.
Yeah, something to turn on Thanksgiving and make your family cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Everybody's watching dogs.
just weeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a shot of that disabled lady who is like in bed, and then there's like, oh, we're hoping the dog will be your best friend. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking movie.
I looked at my dog. You're my best friend.
Yeah.
You are.
So yeah, dogs.
Yep.
Dogs.
So fucking,
People are so fucking
fucking dog movie. Love your dogs.
If you're gonna heckle people on the street, one of the things I always recommend is heckle people's dogs in front of them while be like, look at that ugly fucking dog, and then keep driving because you know the owner would then turn to the dog and be like, you're not ugly. Like they'd have to reassure them, even though the dog has no idea what's going on.
No, he just heard
People
the word
fucking
dog.
love
He's
their
probably
dogs.
excited.
Yeah.
Hey, a new person.
My friend Justin, who was the guest last week with Jeff, we had a long inside joke about anytime seeing somebody walking like a really tiny dog, like a toy dog or something.
Right.
We just imagine that person walking around, just going up to people and being like, "Look at this fucking thing!
Look at this. Can you believe
Give
it?
me this shit! Look at this god! This is fucking crazy! Look at this thing.
It's barely an animal.
This used to be a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you believe this shit?
Dogs.
Yeah. So dogs.
Yeah. Speaking of families crying, the next trailer is Tyler Perry's A Madea Family Funeral.
I've not seen a single Madea movie. I know it's probably
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
shocking
I know
to
this
everybody
movie
listening.
isn't for me.
No, yeah.
but I laughed at the stupid corpse getting a boner.
The boner joke, yeah.
And so this kind of made me go, maybe I should watch more of these. Because it was like...
Well, the bit she does in the beginning where she's like misquoting.
Yeah.
I saw fear no evil because the 3 little pigs weren't there. I laughed at that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Also, I didn't realize, and this, I don't know if this is because obviously, as I just said, I haven't watched a single Madea movie. I didn't realize he does like the Nutty Professor thing where he plays multiple family members. Yeah. Is that in every movie? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I think
that's more recent. I don't know because I'm like
the Medea's off-putting to me just specifically because Tyler Perry himself is so big. Like he's a very tall man. So it's like this freakishly large old woman.
It's really weird.
It's just like a jarring image.
Yeah.
It's weird because Tyler Perry does like serious films every now and then. So like this Madea reminds me of like Ernest, where it's like where you look back and you're like, what the fuck was that? Why was that huge? What was going on there?
Yeah.
But like if Ernest also was in like Schindler's List and stuff, like
right.
It was like it's like Ernest, but he also does serious roles.
Right. It's because it's weird to look at Boo.
Yeah.
Boo to a Madea Halloween and then look at him in like Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, he's actually really good.
Yeah.
He's
a
really good lawyer in that movie.
It's a thing called range.
Yeah.
We're all like, can you believe he does this movie and then does this movie, which is totally different?
The most Ernest did was like the Beverly Hills
Hillbilly. Yeah. Jim Varney I don't think ever branched too far out from comedy.
I would have loved to see that.
He could have played some John Hawkes style roles.
Yeah, he could have been John.
Fucking kind of looks like John Hawkes.
John Hawkes could take over Ernest.
Yeah, if he wanted to. There's something.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that this was the last Madea movie, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, if there's still people still see them, why would you stop making them?
He's an industry at this point. Like Tyler Perry by himself is how many actors he's employing and like
he could have just like checked his bank account and been like, yeah, I don't think I need to make any more Madea movies.
He doesn't need to, but like
pretty rich.
Obviously the audience is starved for something. So it's like, yeah, make these movies. I don't care. True equality is everybody getting to make movies that other people don't like.
Right.
Yeah, I sort of think the same thing with Adam Sandler films.
Right.
I'm never like angry at them. I'm baffled sometimes by how much money they make.
Oh yeah.
But they're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
I think The Ridiculous Six was harmful to someone.
Sure.
Oh, Ridiculous Six. I feel like I only saw it once with you, and I blacked it all out. But it was probably racist.
It was very racist.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was remarkably bad. Like astonishingly so.
This is a little off subject. I watched Adam Sandler's special, his Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's like the Andy Kaufman special where he was like just wanted to be positive for once. It's like that Adam Sandler just being
nice.
Like having fun, and he actually made me enjoy Rob Schneider, who makes a cameo in it. And it was just like, wow.
Was he doing a racist Mexican voice?
He wasn't,
because he totally does in Ridiculous Six.
I know, yeah.
Or playing a Hawaiian caricature in 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't seen that actually.
Oh really? You don't need to see that. It's very problematic on many different levels. Oh man. Should we move on?
Yeah.
I want to talk about Spies in Disguise. Great fucking name. You hear that?
This is a animated movie by Blue Sky.
Yeah, Will Smith, who I think is running out of options.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like,
I bet he's still getting $20 million.
Okay, well,
right, exactly.
Hold on. Yeah, I thought he was running out of options at the beginning of this trailer, and then the trailer takes a turn, and I was like, oh no, he knows exactly what he's in. This is great.
Yeah, it's about a super spy who turns into a pigeon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They halfway through, they're like, and he's a pigeon, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I did not expect it to take that turn.
And it's fucking Spider-Man turns him into
Tom
a pigeon.
Holland is like his cue.
Yeah. Yeah.
He like turns him into a pigeon for the good of the mission or
and
something.
Then that gag was great where he's like, I'm seeing everything. I can see my own butt and I see you at the same time.
And your face.
And the pigeon's fucking looking around all weird. Yeah.
Those pigeon moves. This is a weird, and this might, there's a weird thing that's at play here, where it's, because I'm trying to, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but I feel like, because I'm thinking about The Princess and the Frog,
Yeah.
And how it was a big deal to have the first black animated, black Disney princess.
Yeah, that
but she turns into a frog for most of the movie.
Yeah.
Where like 70% of the film is
And I'm trying to think, has there been a mainstream like a big like Blue Sky Pixar that had a black main character that doesn't turn them into an animal partway through?
Like Pixar.
Yeah,
Pixar
Coco's the only one that I can think
Coco,
of.
yeah.
And that was last year.
Yeah, but it's like it's just like in like I was thinking of other animated movies that Will Smith has done. He did Shark Tale. It's like, well, everybody's an animal in that movie.
Right.
Like
it's hard because there's a lot of movies where everybody's an animal a lot of the
that's
time.
true. Yeah. But it's specifically weird to me that like.
Right. I'm trying to think of just diversity in cartoons. Lilo and Stitch is or Moana. There's some diversity. Mulan, but you're right.
I don't. Well, I can only think the only example I can think of is Princess and the Frog. So I don't want to call this a trend, but it seems like it's like okay, it's like
right. But I will say
this person into an animal partway through.
In terms of this trailer was boring to me at first.
Oh yeah,
I was sitting there like, this is lame. Why are you making this Will Smith? He's a pigeon. That's great. Like the moment they turned him into a pigeon, it was like, no, this is the movie.
Oh,
okay,
shit. All right, I'm on board.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called Spies in Disguise. Here's my guess. Actually, is that the pigeon scene is like Kangaroo Jack? How you thought in Kangaroo Jack that it's all about a talking kangaroo, and it wasn't, or Snow Dogs. Yeah, maybe it's that where he's turned into a pigeon in one scene and then he's turned back and it actually is a spy movie. That would be a real bummer because I want to just see the spy who turned into a pigeon.
Yeah. The spy who became a pigeon.
Yeah. But yes, that is a weird, again, I don't want to say trend, but it is.
Yeah, it is a weird thing.
Yeah. It's like Disney, these cartoons are like, well, black lead, let's turn him into an animal.
Right, yeah. It's like, well, kids won't.
Yeah, kids won't understand.
I know there's some fucking Hollywood logic behind that.
I know, but it is also that, they turn people into animals a lot.
Yeah, they do that too.
Yeah.
Who can say? That's it for trailers.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, we don't have much. I was looking for trailers this morning, and that was like me really digging. Mm-hmm. The next thing sort of technically counts as a trailer, but I didn't include it because there was all these news things of being like, see the teaser, and it's like, no, this is a tweet.
The screen test.
Yeah, this is Henry Cavill in The Witcher.
As The Witcher.
Yeah.
He looks hilarious.
He looks very funny.
He looks like a man who shouldn't have that wig on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad wig.
He looks like an elf from Lord of the Rings.
Right. But like one of the awkward elves.
Exactly.
Like the one that looks like Jason Biggs in The Two Towers who gets chopped in the head.
Yeah.
Like where it's just like, that's not a dude who should have been an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that elf is really jarring.
Yeah, he is.
That specific
The moment he shows up, it's like, what is that?
Sort of glad that elf dies.
Yeah.
So I don't have to look at him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better this way.
Man, I cannot see this working out. This feels like a Assassin's Creed Michael Fassbender situation.
Well, I don't know. The having it be a series might be good for it.
It's a series?
It's a series, yeah.
Okay, that is...
and
fuck, that's a waste of a Henry Cavill, though.
The fact that it's based on novels might help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That wig looks so goddamn silly, though. Like, I don't know how you get around that because that is such the way the character looks, but
Isn't
it's like,
he
should they
older?
just give him like short hair or
Yeah.
Doesn't he look older?
He looks a little more grizzled in like at least the third
because
one, and like
Henry Cavill doesn't quite fit.
He's not grizzled.
Yeah, he doesn't look the part.
He's kind of
Very
too
handsome.
handsome for Geralt in The Witcher, who's all fucked up and
They
old.
should have gotten like a Ron Perlman or something.
I think Ron Perlman's too old.
He's too old, but
Tom Hardy looks like he can pull off grizzled enough.
Right.
Like, oh, okay, yeah. You're hardened.
It reminds me of Halle Berry's Storm when the first X-Men, they're like, okay, didn't work out. Let's try this again. Let's keep trying. And I'm pretty sure she has a different haircut for every X-Men film. They just kept being like, okay, like it's just like...
She also completely ditches the African accent.
Yes.
After the first
which,
film.
it's like, okay, let's...
It's like,
X2
you know what?
is better for it.
We didn't really need you to do that.
Yeah. But I think giving any actor white hair... it's really hard.
It's a choice. Yeah.
Well,
like bold.
Yeah.
If it's a wig.
The other
because the other solution I was thinking was like, well, they could just have him have short hair and just dye it.
Sure.
Right.
But the characters that look like that.
Also, Henry
So it's
Cavill has a history with hair. And
he sure does.
And
Just
maybe
CG him some white hair.
they're just like, let's just stick a wig on this asshole because it probably does. Like there's been a lot of like there was that Tobey Maguire thing in Fear and Loathing where like it costs like $15 million to CGI his head because it's that thing of the actors like it takes it to a whole nother level the moment they're like, we need you to cut your hair, we need you to dye your hair, we need you to grow this, we need you to change your body in some way. They're like, okay, well that's another like $20 million or whatever it's going to cost.
Right.
So this was probably a case where they're just like, just slap a fucking wig on him.
Yeah.
Maybe if this gets another season, start talking about making his hair look better. So this is a series. This is like a show.
Yeah, it's serious.
I want to see more mustache hair Henry Cavill. Like,
yeah,
put him in a movie where he's something in the 70s.
That was a serious mustache.
Yeah.
And it was great.
I want them to do more Man from U.N.C.L.E. movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
that was a delightful
like,
movie.
yeah.
Him and Armie Hammer and Alicia Vikander.
Yeah.
It was a delightful film.
Guy Ritchie directing.
Yeah, he's good at doing fun things, like, and he's so. This is another thing where he's just going to be serious and like angry or sad or like he's going to be depressed character, and not when he does other things like Mission Impossible and like Man from U.N.C.L.E. He's actually really fun and like
he's so great in Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
he is
such a great bad guy.
I really want. So just thinking about this in general, someone needs to take another crack at Assassin's Creed.
Sure.
Yeah, that
because
movie was bad.
They could have made a good one.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
You could just make it pretty much a spy movie with some time travel in it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Just do something else.
Do something else.
Don't make it like just a stereotypical action movie.
It does. I think video games should be TV series because there's so much plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Assassin's Creed, it's like you can't make something that's just all back in old-timey.
Yeah.
And you can't do what they did, which was make it like 70% the future. That was fucked up.
What a decision.
Yeah. You need to have both. You need to like make it a fucking crazy TV series.
Yeah.
That would be
that's like kind of surreal and weird and yeah.
I'm into the idea of a Witcher TV show. I really like the Witcher
I don't know.
3.
I haven't played any of them.
It's an open world game where you
cool.
hunt monsters. He's a monster hunter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, well,
he's a Witcher.
Yeah, he's like,
Yes.
he is a Witcher. He's like, but you also have to do like investigating and like questioning. So he's like a monster cop.
Right. I heard there's some real problematic shit about his dating habits in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You collect women, basically.
Yeah. The game's not great about women.
That sounds like
the third one's a little bit better about giving the female characters agency.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, Monster Cop.
Monster
Make
Cop.
that.
Let's fucking make that.
I mean, you can just do what the new Assassin's Creed, what they do is you can either be a guy or a gal.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you just fuck your way through the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you don't just fuck like one gender, you can fuck them all.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, just do that. If you want to have like your character do a lot of fucking, just have you choose
a cornucopia.
Yeah. Yeah, a cornucopia on all sides. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
And ancient Greece is good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucked so much in that game now.
I really want to play it. I want to play the Egypt
The
one
first,
too.
all right, you get one like romantic thing with this lady, or I guess it depends on the order in which you do the side missions.
Sure.
But the first thing I did was have sex with an old lady, and it was great.
The very
Like an
first thing
old
you
lady.
did.
There's
Great.
multiple opportunities
Transported
too,
to a
Bagel.
world of fantasy.
Is that lady? Does that lady
what
come
shall I
back?
do?
I think it's different ladies because I'm in a completely different area.
Is it
of the
another
game.
old lady?
And there's
man,
more
yes.
old ladies. I facilitated old people fucking by getting them some like herbs
Oh,
or something.
see, I did that, and then he was like, "Unless you want to step in and take a crack at my old wife," and I was just like, "Yes," and that's what I did. I fucked his wife instead of them fucking.
And you left, and they were happy.
Yeah. No, he thanked me. He was like, "Thank you for fucking my wife." It was great. It was a great feeling.
So yeah, The Witcher.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll look better when it's just a screen test,
Right.
so they're still figuring it
It's
out.
early.
But all right, That's true. But then, like, screen tests, like, have trial and error.
True.
Don't post your errors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't show.
That's
bizarre thing for Netflix to tweet.
Yeah. Imagine if, like, that Nicolas Cage Superman movie, they were showing the fucking footage of him with that mullet. Yeah. It's just like, don't. That's the embarrassing stuff you show
I wish
later.
they had.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Naomi Watts is going to be in a Game of Thrones prequel show.
Good God.
I mean, all right. I like Naomi Watts. I'm glad she's going to get a regular paycheck because I'm sure this will last at least a few seasons.
Probably.
If it's garbage, it'll be like Fear the Walking Dead, where it's like still lasts until people learn, like, wait, this is bad. But like,
right, it'll ride the wave of the main show's popularity. I'm just my reaction is related to just finish the fucking books, George.
Any excuse not to.
And like he's like, check out Fire and Blood, because apparently that's going to be another.
Right.
It's another book he's coming out with, which is a prequel about the Targaryen family that they're also probably making into a series. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, just finish the books, please.
It's like a new trend where, like,
don't Robert Jordan us.
Something can be an iconic story having not finished. Like, it's that, like, imagine if, like, they made 2 Star Wars and the third was on its way and he's just like, I'm making prequels now. And, like, it was just like, they just kept rolling out things. Like, it's that. It's they're calling their shot ahead of time. We don't even know how the first story ends. What if it ends really dumb and everybody's like, wow, what a waste of time? What if it's lost?
Yeah. Man, there's a couple of ways that show could end that would not be great.
Yeah. This one, he called it The Long Night. So,
but apparently that's not the title.
Not officially the title.
On.
Yeah. But what is that about that period of Game of Thrones? Because they said it's like 1,000 years before.
Yeah.
I mean, what if it just...
So it's like the time of heroes, if you're familiar with Game of Thrones timeline.
What if it's like it cuts to fucking Fred Savage getting read the story? The end.
Want me to read the story in that?
It'd be amazing. I would support that ending.
Peter Falk just from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
Peter Falk is narrating
CGI
Game of
Peter
Thrones.
Falk.
No,
Reading
I think
a story to little Joffrey.
Yeah, I think that's. Are you guys super Game of Thrones fans?
I watched it.
I watched the show and I know a little bit about.
Oh, okay. So I think the other person they announced was going to be like another series lead is some guy, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but they hinted he might be a Stark. And because it's like 1,000 years before, it's supposed to be the time of heroes. I assume he's Brandon the Builder, who built the wall.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because they mentioned the origin of the White Walkers, and they mentioned like Children of the Forest in that little.
Yeah, so that would
article.
make sense. They haven't said officially who anyone is.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that they gave her the character description of a socialite with a dark secret. Who the fuck isn't that?
Every character in Game of Thrones, my dude.
Thank you. I guess.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get real sick of this shit soon.
I know they're separated, so maybe not much of a chance. But I would fucking love to see Liev Schreiber show up.
I know you
in
would.
A fantasy universe.
Well, Liev Schreiber, just not really cared, not really into it.
Just like as like surly fucking Liev Schreiber, just like he's like, I gotta deal with this now.
And then Hugh Jackman
he should be the Witcher.
He should be the Witcher. He's a better choice.
Yeah. That's solid.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm already sick of their shit because they're like, it's taking 2 years between seasons. Yeah. And like it's
just
like
a 6-episode season.
Right. Yeah. And it's the show's cruel and like it loves making bad guys like in a way. So it's just already like it's always upsetting. It's not bad, but it's just it's really easy to get real sick of their shit. It's like The Walking Dead where it's just like, man, you are a bummer and you won't stop.
Well, Game of Thrones has the benefit of an endpoint.
Yeah.
So I think we will finally see some bad guys. Like we'll finally see the good. I hope we see the good guys win at the end of the game.
I hope so too. I will give them that is that the story is progressing.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like this new season, especially the last season, it was like to the point where it felt like the writers had just realized they had so much story they forgot to put in.
Yep.
Right.
And so they just packed it all in.
Yep. Yeah.
And that was fucking great because it was like, oh, finally things are happening.
Things are happening.
Characters are traveling at the speed of light around around this
just bamfing around Westeros.
And it's like, I don't give a shit. There's fucking
I don't care.
Yeah, it's great.
It's fine. Get it moving.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see dragons.
They definitely should have paced themselves out better, I think.
Sure.
Yeah. But I mean,
But
what do you do?
it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
Speaking of fun, this has been confirmed by both cast members. Bad Boys 3 is officially happening. It's been touch and go for a while.
They both Martin Lawrence and Will Smith posted separate things about it.
I'm fucking delighted.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are both going to be too old for this shit.
It's fine. It kind of works. Like they always, the Bad Boys movies, they always could have been old.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because they don't.
Because they do action, but it's a lot of like driving,
And shooting.
Yeah. And they're always like bicker like two old guys.
Yeah.
Like so it makes it's fine.
Yeah, their chemistry is really good for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and also like I mean, looking at the Instagram that Martin Lawrence posted in the I guess YouTube video, or it might have been an Instagram video, but Will Smith posted. It's like they don't look that much different.
They did not age.
like weirdly, Martin Lawrence in particular doesn't look like he's aging. Like Will Smith, you can tell he's a little bit older, but like Martin Lawrence looks the same to me.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
It's like what did you make a pact?
It's got a hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say
Sleeps
this.
in a Bacta tank.
I never thought I'd say this about anything, but I hope they bring Michael Bay in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. They kicked him off of his Transformers films, pretty much. They're just like, let's get someone else.
How else is he going to throw cars at things?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, but I hope we get. Yeah.
I mean, I want Michael Bay.
I want Michael Bay.
In this Bad Boys
I just don't
movie.
want Transformers Michael Bay.
Sure.
I want the Michael Bay who made Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 1.
And The Rock.
And
The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that
car
Michael Bay
stunts
back.
Michael Bay.
He was a monster then too, and he's a monster now.
Yeah.
But like it's
But he knows how to make action.
Yeah, and he at least had the sense for definitely the first Bad Boys script, and I assume he did it with the second one, because the first one was famously supposed to be a buddy cop movie with like Dana Carvey and John Levins. It's like all the dialogue's written for those guys, so he had the sense to come to Martin Lawrence and Will Smith and be like,
I'm
how
white.
would you guys say this? I'm a white man.
I mean, I'll say this about Michael Bay, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't actually had any allegations about him coming.
No, but he does. There's a lot of racist shit.
I know. There's a lot
I'm
of
saying, like, at least he didn't like try to write.
I know.
Like quote unquote black sounding dialogue. Where it's like, you guys make this funny.
It's gonna be a minstrel show if he decides to do that.
There's a lot of shit in his movies, and that's why I'm saying that it's shocking that allegations haven't come out against him.
I mean, outside of him having
outside of the
Megan
stories of him
Fox
being a
audition
fucking
by washing
pervert,
his car,
but
and then
like
saving the videotape.
Yes, like yes, he's a creep. He's an amazing creep. Like, that is for sure.
Yeah.
It's just, that's why I'm like, why hasn't anybody stepped forward? Is he, like, what's going on? It's
He's
just
a
seems
creep with standards, apparently.
Maybe he's just completely professional.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think so.
Right. How could that be possible?
Because the story,
look at him.
The Megan Fox replacement in Transformers, he drove into the desert and left her there to see if she could walk right.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And that's a casting section.
The third one, what's her name? Rose Huntington.
Yeah, I don't know. She
was a model. Right?
Yeah, he's also, there's stories of him being.
I think she knows how to walk.
I mean,
a model.
In fairness, I think it's a case where there's also stories of him being extremely abusive towards his male actors too.
Oh yeah,
the Shia LaBeouf getting mauled by dogs on the behind the scenes, and it's the like chain broke and the dogs chased him around set while Michael Bay just laughed. Like, yeah, there's a lot. He's a monster.
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's just a monster.
So who knows?
He's more
I can't defend him because it's more like he's just so terrible.
He's like Caligula.
Yeah. But somehow like more racist.
Yeah. Somehow more problematic than Caligula. So yeah. Don't want to give him too much credit.
No.
But at least he had the sense not to do that specific racist thing.
Right.
But bring him back for Bad Boys 3.
Bring him back for Bad Boys 3.
Yeah, bring him back. I mean, it keeps him out of other things. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of directors, Ridley Scott is making a Gladiator sequel.
Yep.
Written by the guy who wrote the last 2 Hunger Games. What's going on here?
I don't know. It's in early development. It's
Russell Crowe.
I don't know.
I hope not.
How could they?
Yeah, prequel.
Because like,
oh yeah, I know.
Prequel. He's like 60 now.
They'd CGI him young.
Wasn't there a story about like the Gladiator sequel originally was going to be time traveling Maximus?
Yeah,
like,
there was something insane,
crazy shit like that.
Oh man,
this
what a direction for that to take.
I mean, I'm really not trusting Ridley Scott anymore to go back to his old work and add anything constructive.
Like, I mean, he said it himself the best when he was like, I can keep making Alien movies until I die.
you want more of this shit? Yeah,
more of these, I can keep making these. I don't care.
I just don't like. I don't like. After like seeing it with more mature eyes, I'm not a fan of like all the stuff he's done, like Exodus. Like
I didn't watch Exodus.
I didn't watch it because he cast a bunch of British actors as Egyptian people.
Oh, that's the one where he famously had the Muhammad so-and-so quote.
Yeah.
I mean, which is it was a man.
It's technically right, and it's correct. What he's saying is, I need a big name actor.
Yeah. Well, that's the Hollywood thing where it's like, well, we can't sell it. We can't. There's this firmly held belief by a lot of studios that you can't sell a movie worldwide unless the main actor is a famous white person,
which is sort of true.
Like, but The Rock, The Rock,
and then
against that,
and then Black Panther has no stars in it,
right? Yeah.
It's just they push that as this is the big Marvel movie. So it's just a bunch of old fucking white people who think the world is a certain way, and it's just not anymore. But so what he's saying was technically true in that the studio would not have made his movie unless he cast a Christian Bale in it. But it's like you said it
he said it in the worst way.
He said it like an 80-year-old white guy.
It's weird because even China, when they made their Great Wall movie, they were like, we got to get a white guy.
Yeah, we need a white guy in here. Let's get Matt Damon.
Yeah,
because I mean.
Yeah.
That's the
fucking Matt Damon. That's so amazing that they made a Great Wall movie and stuck Matt Damon in there.
They sure did.
I feel like even Matt Damon every day on set would be like, "Excuse me, should I be here?"
The Great Wall with Matt Damon.
Yeah, and they're like, "No, you're good."
Samurai with Tom
Cruise. God damn it!
It's just it's that fucking rule that all these movie studios think is the rule.
Studios are very bad at knowing what audiences want.
They never know.
They never know.
They famously mistake things for trends all the time.
Right, because the answer is audiences just want a genuine movie that's good.
That's what they want.
They don't want them to keep trying to follow some weird mathematical formula.
Right.
A good story that's well made with some good actors.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we don't have to like fucking. I'm looking at my Jurassic Park calendar. There's no stars in Jurassic Park.
Right.
Yeah.
You push that on. You want to see some fucking dinosaurs?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. This fucking what is this? What are we doing? The Gladiator? Is that it?
Yeah.
Gladiator.
That's what we're talking about.
For some reason.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Ridley Scott just like make Prometheus movies or like
I don't know
Alien movies. I don't care.
Well,
like I have the first 4 Alien movies and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, he might just he can just go boating or something. Yeah, like I think we're all set.
I mean, he's clearly just making movies because he wants to.
Yeah,
right? I mean, he's very old.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like I think he's approaching 90.
That's what I mean. It's just like,
but he's still like, I'm gonna make a Gladiator sequel.
you can fucking enjoy the last years of your life not making Gladiator sequels.
I mean, fuck it, make a Gladiator sequel. Make it ridiculous.
Yeah,
do that. If they do the time travel one,
thing.
I will buy a ticket to see Russell Crowe as Gladiator traveling through time.
The Gremlins 2 of Gladiator.
Yes,
because like Gladiator 2, what characters? I guess they could do the Jaimin Hansu character, but other than him, who else?
Nobody. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else dies.
And I mean, sure. Whatever.
All right.
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah.
The Harley Quinn spin-off movie's got Ewan McGregor as the villain.
Yeah, Black Mask.
Black Mask,
yep. Birds of Prey. It has Mary Elizabeth Winstead is going to play Huntress.
Nice.
I forget who's playing Black Canary, and then Rosie Perez is playing Montoya.
Rosie Perez?
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's still around, huh?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, why you gotta cut out? Does he have like an actual black mask on?
Mm-hmm.
That's a waste of Ewan McGregor. They're gonna find many reasons to not have that mask on him. I think.
Yeah, it's a
Show
possibility.
that pretty face.
Journey Smollett Bell is playing Black Canary.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, make
Who the fuck? Who's making this? Is anybody making this?
Do
Do they know who's directing?
yeah,
Do they have a script yet?
A woman named Kathy Yan, who I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
I assume they have a script because it's supposed to be out next year, and they're assembling their cast.
Do you assume they have a script?
No, that's okay. It's supposed to come out in February of 2020.
a movie in the Suicide Squad universe.
Yeah.
Are we sure they have a script?
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, Suicide Squad had a script. They just told David Ayer he had about 6 weeks to write it.
Right. Good God.
We start filming in 6 weeks. Here, your characters, go. I mean, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I'll wait to see.
I mean, you're gonna wait. It's be.
I'm not
2
gonna
years
say I'm not gonna say it's gonna be good yet.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
Statistically speaking, it's gonna fall apart.
Sure.
Like, it might not even become a movie because it's DC and
That's true.
they've been fucking chaos.
Casting off weight. as
They're
much as they can.
they're like the junkie cousin who wants to borrow money, where they're like, I'm getting clean this time. And I'm like, man, I'll believe it when I see it.
yeah, I think they're going for some of the weirder ones, like that weird Joker one that they're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
they're going for with Wonder Woman.
The Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, Wonder Woman deserves.
Wonder Woman
Do
just
whatever you want.
spin her off, get her
Yeah.
away from everything else, and just make a bunch of Wonder Woman films.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it'll be a blast. Yeah. There's the new Super Smash Brothers Ultimate trailer.
Okay.
What is this?
What the? I watched
been
that
looking
trailer.
forward to this.
They murder them
Like,
all?
what the fuck is happening? Like, it starts off with Fox of Star Fox fame holding his gun and being like, "We got to take them all out." I'm like, okay, we're just gonna murder something, and it's a sky full of hands,
Yep.
and then they all get Thanos.
Yep.
Yeah,
What is happening?
Aren't they supposed to fight each other? Is that Smash Brothers?
I guess this is like
I
a
guess
story
there's a story
mode or
mode
something.
Yeah.
This is it. So you gotta like walk around and like collect all the people who've been Thanos.
Yeah, because
Like
Kirby's the
everyone
only
gets
one-
Thanos.
Yeah.
Kirby survives. How does Kirby survive?
So do you start as Kirby? And
I
it's
think
just-
so.
think
Yeah,
so.
that's what
Wow.
it appears to be. Everyone gets vaporized.
They were like, "Who's going to be the hero?" Oh, that's actually a pretty awesome answer.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
just
Kirby, yeah.
And he eats people and takes their powers. So
Yeah.
He
Good
does.
hero.
He does do that.
I haven't played
like
a
the
Super Smash
thing.
Brothers game in a while, and so,
They're fun.
Yeah.
They're real fun. So I'm definitely. I mean, I will be playing this game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll find a way to stream
It
it.
looks so fun and crazy.
Oh yeah, it's Super Smash Bros. Is the best. It's just fucking chaos. That's all it is. Just chaos.
Yep.
It's great. I do like that they spent a particular amount of time. So basically, the trailer is like this light comes out of the sky and vaporizes all of your beloved Nintendo characters.
It's Independence Day, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they really spend a lot of time making sure you see that the Wii Fit lady gets roasted. For
Yeah.
some reason, like it
She's there
really
stretching.
it really lingers on her getting burned up.
It's so great and
Yeah.
crazy.
I did like that they just showed the cardboard box for Snake. Like
Yeah.
he's just hiding
Oh,
in the
yeah.
box while everybody gets Thanos.
Fucking coward.
Yeah, like a goddamn coward.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is. I guess I'm gonna get a Switch. I mean,
Yeah, it's Switch.
yeah. I guess I'll have to get one of those at some point.
Yeah, it'd be cool to stream. I think Ganser's got one.
It's gonna be hard to stream.
We'd have to use Elgato,
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be that hard.
I mean, it would be hard on my computer. We could have this discussion later.
We can have this discussion. off.
This is a technical
mic.
discussion.
Yeah.
For a game night.
About-
That'd be fun, though.
But yes.
Oh yeah, we could definitely get people together on a game night.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christian, I need you to tell me about this WWE stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this has been an insane week in WWE. I brought these stories because it's just too crazy. First of all, last week on Monday, apparently, unbeknownst to almost anybody in the company except for like Vince, Roman Reigns announced in a promo, and this is completely real as far as everybody knows, that he's been fighting leukemia for the last 10 years, and now he's going to have to take time off because it's no longer in remission. So that started last week.
This is like going back to Andy Kaufman, where it's like people are like, is this
right? That the whole crowd acted that way for the first like 5 minutes of the promo because they boo Roman Reigns because
nobody likes Roman Reigns.
Right. But then
he's like, I have leukemia, and everybody's like, yeah, fuck you.
And he keeps going, giving the promo, and everybody just kind of gets quiet.
Yeah.
And then like he walks up the ramp, and Seth Rollins is crying, and Dean Ambrose is crying, and they hug him.
Jesus
and it's like,
Christ.
oh my God, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
So that's what started this insane week. Because then he had to pull out of this show that I'm going to get to now that's coming up on Friday that is in Saudi Arabia.
Friday being today.
Jewel.
Yeah.
When this comes out.
It's called the
And
Crown Jewel. Right?
We're not on good terms with Saudi Arabia right now.
It's WWE for a while now.
Yeah.
It does shows that are literally paid for by the Saudi princes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they basically, they've been doing this for 20 years, I think is what they said the length of the relationship is.
Yeah.
But just in the last year, they've been broadcasting them on their network. And the last one was called The Greatest Royal Rumble, and no women were allowed. So there was immediate backlash for that.
Right.
And then after that, we all knew that this one was coming up, but then the stuff with Khashoggi came up, where he was murdered, and there has been a gigantic backlash against them doing business with Saudi Arabia still. The problem is Vince McMahon, in his heart of hearts, is a carny, and they are getting between $20 and $40 million per show to do these.
No, this is the story of our relationship with Saudi Arabia, which is like, man, on one hand, they killed somebody.
Yeah, on one hand.
On the other hand, they're giving us so much money.
Yeah.
It's not even the murder. There's still like several missing women journalists.
Right.
Yeah.
Or,
it's just... It's one of those things where it's like
public figures.
I don't really believe in hell, but this is how you get there.
Right. You ignore
a lot of
vicious
atrocities,
human rights abuses and
for
atrocities for money.
I'm pretty sure there's probably some shit in the Bible about that. And all the religious texts. Like overall, I don't think any moral person is for this.
But yeah, basically all of the fans that are at the live shows, anytime they run a promo for it, it gets booed immediately. They've had to like take it down because
fucking good for these fans.
Kind of surprising for wrestling fans.
Well,
I'm super happy that's the reaction.
Wrestling has had that like I don't want to call it hipster, but like it has that like it's that comeback thing where we all watched as kids. Like I've just been learning, the people I've been learning who are into wrestling, I'm like, oh, okay, like it's people are recognizing it for, being more than just something that like rednecks.
Well, I saw a great tweet about it the
watch.
other day. It's like I forget who said it, unfortunately, but this person said wrestling really clicked for me when I realized that it's just buff theater kids.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like this year, when we watched WrestleMania, Finn Balor came out with his like all his Pride stuff on, and like that was really cool. And then just this week, this last Sunday, I hope that the Crown Jewel stuff doesn't overshadow it, because they had their first all women's pay-per-view, and they had all the women's titles on the line, and they had a huge battle royal with a bunch of people like Trish and Lita from the Attitude Era came back, and Medusa / Alundra Blaze came back, and it was really good and universally liked. Like, as far as I can tell, every wrestling fan was like, yes, this is good, we like this.
But the reason they did that is because they can't have any of the women on the show in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
They've like,
again, maybe this is like, maybe we shouldn't take this money.
Yeah.
Like, and that sucks too, because like the women the women's evolution or whatever that's happening right now, they deserve to have an all women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have to like
it shouldn't be predicated on the fact that you can't come to this the no girls allowed show.
Yeah, it shouldn't be based off the fact of these women sitting around like, well, we should do something, I guess.
Yeah, and it was really great.
If we're all staying home.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, it's just a giant mess because apparently, like, we're recording this on Thursday, the WWE people have already started arriving, and the Saudi General Sports Authority has already started tweeting out propaganda videos of them getting there and being like, our relationship with Saudi Arabia is a long-standing.
We love Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
They got Hulkster.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan is coming back for this event.
Hulkamania
is he like? Is he gonna get in the ring or?
I think he's hosting. Is
okay,
what they said.
because
he's
I don't want to.
far too
I don't want to see that.
He's far too old. Like
but
his knees
Shawn
and his back
Michaels
don't work.
is returning to in ring action after he retired like 10 years ago.
Right.
So like,
I love
it's
that.
Insane.
Money makes you do a lot of things that you normally wouldn't.
Oh
Just
yeah.
put an extra 0 on the checks, and everybody's that's fine. Let's do this.
I love the idea that Hulk Hogan is a draw. Still, like, remember that racist guy?
He absolutely is.
Yeah. No, I guess he is. It's just.
Yeah. I mean,
Good fucking God.
Yeah. I mean, is he gonna call the show?
I don't know, because like then WWE tries to do this thing where they're like, oh, we're making progress because they're having one of their female announcers is apparently maybe going to be announcing the show. So their female wrestlers can't go, but like one of the people, the color commentators that's female, is allowed to go. And I don't know, it's just such a mess. Like,
it really is like a battle of between like morals and greed.
Yeah.
Like it's just people like, man, my kid's got to go through college. Like that's the thing is I understand anybody who's like just taking a paycheck, because from what I hear, being a wrestler is not necessarily a lucrative thing. So like these people,
there's no union, there's no benefits.
Yeah, exactly. These people need fucking health care.
That, brother.
Yeah.
No unions.
There's a lot of stuff. They're trashing their bodies and like, it's like, so if anybody needs to take a paycheck, it's like, okay.
Well, like Cristian said, it's still carnival rules, basically.
Yeah.
That's, and I don't know. And like Vince McMahon, I shouldn't be surprised about. I mean, nobody should be surprised about this because
he's a gross dude.
Yeah,
Vince McMahon.
The McMahons are friends with the Trumps.
Yeah.
Like
Linda McMahon's in his cabinet.
Yeah, she is. Like, and they
they're
were one of the biggest donors to the Trump campaign.
It's so fucking weird because he also knows he's a heel. Like he knows, he's the bad guy, but like he just is the regular person he is.
Yeah.
Which goes into my theory of why. And I know we talked about so many times that the Trump presidency is just part of all this. It's just a WWE stunt.
It's
because
insane.
like he's like a friends with Trump and like he knows he's a heel. So he must think of Trump as also that.
He's just leaning into it, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's the Carney thing where
They already think I'm evil.
Yeah.
I'll take the $40 million.
No press is bad press. Like that's kind of how they're taking it.
I think he's literally said that before.
Oh yeah.
McMahon.
It's just insane.
Hopefully he didn't say that after Chris Benoit, but
so fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, well, and they scrubbed him real quick.
They did
from the WWE records.
But like, I mean, if anybody's listening that's a wrestling fan, just go watch Evolution again if you haven't seen it. Because don't watch this.
Don't watch
show.
the Crown Jewel. Don't give him the pay-per-view money.
I watch almost everything that they produce, and I'm not watching it because it's like, why?
No.
But even John Cena and Daniel Bryan are rebelling against it. They said they will not do the show.
In the notes you put next to Daniel Bryan, for my sake, my benefit, parentheses, Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Because he is still the most jarring wrestler. Out of all the wrestlers with the makeup and shit, when he comes out, I'm the most shocked because, for one, he looks like Jim Henson, but also he wears like these like tight Speedos type thing and then a t-shirt, so he just looks like a guy who forgot his pants. Like he just looks like Jim Henson just like got up from a bender.
He looks like Jim Henson waking up and
wandered into an arena. And it's the most like, it's the like of all the people with like the psycho makeup and stuff, he's the man who I don't want to mess with because I'm like, that guy looks like a maniac. He looks like a weird guy on the subway who'll stab everybody.
It's funny that and he's a vegan and he's like all this stuff. So I wasn't surprised that Daniel Bryan dropped out of it.
I'm not surprised at John Cena because he's like, well, I'm wealthy already, and
I'm trying to make movies.
Yeah, and I'm trying for people to like
I need
me.
This heat.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there are some people that are like, no, I'm not going to do that. But it's like, it's so gross that like,
it is.
I understand it for a lot of the workers because like Dave was saying, it's like, fucking, we got to pay bills.
Yeah. Especially if they're sweetening the pot.
But like somebody like Shawn Michaels or Hulk Hogan, it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Hogan's got a lot of legal fees. I'm sure Shawn Michaels has some.
That settlement was so big. How does he? I mean, it's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it's Hogan. I don't know. I mean, Ric Flair
spent that money probably.
Ric Flair has to keep making appearances. I'm surprised Ric Flair is not going. Honestly,
it's probably because his daughter is not allowed to go, and
maybe he wasn't invited. I don't know.
Maybe they can't have him whipping his dick out.
No. Nope.
Space Mountain. Woo. Anyways, we can move on.
We can move on from that. Fucking wrestling.
All right. Well, let's move on to something I'm very excited about.
Oh, the movie that deserves more hype?
Yeah, the movie that deserves more hype. This comes out right before Christmas.
You guys.
Like several days, December 21st.
Uh-huh.
It's called Between Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Now let's start with the poster.
Well, first of all, I want you guys to pause the podcast.
Yeah.
Watch the trailer for this film.
Right.
And then look at the poster.
Yeah. Also, the synopsis, the trailer, the poster, synopsis all
are
tell
three completely different movies.
Yes. Okay, I'm glad you're with me. Tom, will you describe the poster for me?
The poster is It looks like the poster for that like made for Netflix movie Solomon Kane. Like it's Nicolas Cage standing with a gun in front of just an explosion. And he's wearing sunglasses and a jacket, and it's Between Worlds, and it says vengeance is born in hell.
The T is an upside down cross.
It is.
That's all shocking for me because the trailer mentions nothing biblical. No. The trailer is his daughter, like,
or his wife.
Or his no. I looked up the synopsis, so it's his daughter.
Okay. His
daughter gets into an accident, and then someone else comes into her body.
Yeah, she's resuscitated at the last moment. It's like Hideaway.
What apparently it is it's his wife, because his dead wife is in the body, and she's DTF, and so that just sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
Because she seems DTF in the trailer. Like she's like,
for sure.
And so Nicolas Cage's daughter is possessed by his dead wife. That's more or less the trailer. The synopsis and the reviews tell a different story. First of all, this has a 29% audience score.
Well, I want to stress the trailer makes it look like it's like a supernatural thriller.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's clear his daughter's inhabited by some kind of spirit.
Yeah,
that's malevolent, and it's causing him to like there's scenes where he's clearly attacking people. She's attacking people. Like it looks like a fucked up ghost story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to read the filminquiry.com, which I've never heard of this site, but they went to the Fantastic Fest, which is where that audience score comes from. Them describing the plot. The film centers on a down-on-his-luck alcoholic truck driver who also happens to be a widower who tries to help people when he sees something's off. Okay? On the particular night on which the film opens, Joe is checking out a magazine at a gas station when he hears the distinct sound of gagging. They're really going into the details here. Yeah. He storms into the bathroom to find a large man brutally choking a middle-aged woman, Julie. Naturally, he beats up the man and rescues the woman who, surprise, chastises him for interrupting the choking. After an exposition dump in Joe's truck en route to the hospital where the woman is heading, she explains that she once almost drowned in a lake, and the experience caused her to transcend her body and communicate with dead spirits. Furthermore, she can leave her body again so long as someone chokes her. Things only get weirder from there. So, Nicolas Cage meets a woman who can... And I think this is how the daughter gets involved. The idea is this woman can leave her body and communicate with dead spirits so long as someone chokes her out.
Yep. So it's like the Sixth Sense if Bruce Willis had to strangle Haley Joel Osment.
And I think what happens, she fucks up and accidentally puts the wrong spirit in his daughter. There is a sex scene between Nicolas Cage and the psychic woman, which I've included pictures of.
You did.
Christian, would you like to explain these pictures?
Okay, so Nicolas Cage in his Just for Men beard.
He's got a trucker hat on as well.
And one of them.
He has a
describe the
trucker's
top
hat on.
one first.
Top one, he's making what I assume is an O face. He's got 4 rings on his right hand, wearing a necklace, his giant tattoo. It's
not an oaf. It's not like an oaf.
Like
it's like a
snarling.
scared, maybe. I don't know.
They're
what
resting
emotion
against a
this is.
bed. They're not on the bed.
No.
They're fuck nowhere on the bed in any
No.
of these photos.
And yeah, so there's that. Second one is him. Looks like he's yelling in her ear, wearing a camouflage trucker hat.
This is like wolf on it.
Still wearing a necklace.
He's going at her from behind with a trucker cap.
It looks like
on.
they're on a couch. In both
On a leather
pictures,
couch.
in both pictures, it looks like Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
is going like, ah,
Yeah, and it's like the most trashy looking setting.
Yeah.
That like pleather couch that they're sticking to.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's
Nicolas
insane.
Cage- Those
What
rings.
we're trying to say is that they're powerfully erotic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
This
his rings, of course.
this review isn't the only one who mentions this. I don't know what it means. And nobody on the reviews care to explain. The review says it does feature a sex scene in which he reads mid-intercourse from an erotic book titled Memories by Nicolas Cage. Make of that what you will. I don't know what to make of
I don't
that.
know what that means.
What is going
Can I make of
You
that?
saw the movie. Explain it further, please.
Yeah, I have no
They
fucking
just
clue.
left us with that tantalizing bit. So yeah, this movie, holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Christmas. Fucking
Yeah.
Christmas present here. I love that it's coming out near Christmas because that means they're dumping it. They don't know what to do with it, so like let's put it out on Christmas. Like sure.
and it's like the poster, the trailer, and the plot synopsis are 3 completely different movies.
Yeah.
It's
This is a hype situation where I'm not saying this is going to be a good film.
Like the poster looks like the poster for Drive Angry. Like it looks like
Yeah,
this
sure.
explosive demonic action movie, and that's
Yeah.
not what this movie is described as being.
It doesn't seem to be demons involved anywhere.
no. Like how the trucker hat's not on the poster either. He's just wearing a leather jacket. It's Nicolas Cage, cool guy,
Yeah,
walking away from an explosion. I don't know.
it really hit a high point with Nicolas Cage this year with Mandy. And
Yeah.
now we got this.
Now we're back to
Now we're back
Getting
Cage
back.
as
I
usual.
believe this is a lady director. I'm pretty sure, and she said something about she's going to use his whole range as well. Like she's going to use the crazy Nicolas Cage. It's like, yeah, no shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why you get him.
Yeah.
This is all Cage rage.
That sex scene, holy shit.
I mean, it looks like the Nicolas Cage rage is on display in that sex scene.
That sex scene came from several articles of people pointing out that Nicolas Cage hasn't really done sex scenes, really.
Okay.
And so they're
He's
like,
just
look at
waiting
this
for this.
steamy sex scene with
mean,
Nicolas Cage. And it's like, oh.
There's one in Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, he'll do them every now and then, but like
City of Angels, I
he
feel like.
jerks off in Adaptation. We get a nice
Yeah.
jerk off scene with Nicolas Cage. But this, holy shit. Very exciting. Very exciting
It's
stuff.
impossible to tell what this movie is going to be.
Yeah, and people need to see the trailer, read all the literature surrounding this.
A
Really
Rorschach
bone up.
test.
Yeah, really
really-
bone up on this film.
Really soak it in because it is. It looks like a gem. 29% audience score. Nothing from critics yet. Not any official Rotten Tomatoes score. Just people who saw it at the festival and got to sit through it.
Oh god.
Yeah. Pretty exciting
What a
stuff.
film! I'm pretty excited for this. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty excited. Well, I think that's a show.
It certainly
That is certainly a show. Christian, thank you for being here. What do you want to plug?
I'm on here doing Choose Your Own Misadventure, and I'm on Small Beans doing Pop Culture Petri Dish. You can follow me on Twitter at fanboychristian, Christian with no H. So yeah, that's it. That's all my stuff right now. Oh, I'm gonna have something coming up for bunny ears probably sometime in the near future.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Getting on that bunny ears train.
Cool. Cool. What do we got? We got T-shirts.
tpublic.com
/user/gameplay unemployed. Get some sweet T-shirts. We got a Trash Bullock shirt coming up soon.
Yeah.
Jump on that. And go over to our Patreon and kick us a few shekels if you want to.
That would be great.
Give us some money. We need to. We're recording this in a room with no lights.
Yeah.
That's not an exaggeration. The lights are not on.
Yeah, you're right.
And the designs on the T-shirts are all really great.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.